Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Hey, how's everybody doing? Thanks for dropping by. This is Bronze Dragon coming at you with episode 137 of the Saturday Morning Standup, where we talk Splinterlands for about an hour, maybe a little bit more, depending upon how the conversation is going. That's right, 2.5 years, more than 2.5 years now, talking about Splinterlands on Saturday morning. So thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in this fine world. Thank you for dropping by. Lots of things going on in Splinterlands. If I said that once, I've said it 100 times because there are. And just like they said in the town hall this week, there was a period of time where people were complaining that there wasn't enough going on in Splinterlands. Well, now people are complaining that there's too much going on in Splinterlands. So it goes to show you, you can't make everybody happy at the same time. But I do appreciate it. Yeah, so we had the town hall this past week. If you got a chance to check it out. As usual, I kind of usually have to watch those on replay because the timing, I just don't have a whole lot of free time in my day. So I usually watch them on the replay and catch what I can. So there's a lot of topics that they brought up, a lot of stuff upcoming, and we can get into that in this chat depending upon what you want to talk about. The main thing that I saw, yeah, I forgot to turn my bot off, so we might have a match pop up here. The main thing that I was interested in was Cryptomancer was on the live stream, talking about the new land cards. Of course, he put out this information a few weeks ago. I put out a video on it. Several other people who do videos put out videos on it. And, everybody has a slightly different take on it. You know me, I'm into the land game. I love the idea of land cards. It's no secret. I thought that they were too expensive, but they've come out. So, and also this past week, if you have land cards, if you have land and cards staked on your land, then you were rationed out some portion of land cards that you can create within the first 3 days. Now, that's not automatic. You still have to have all the resources to do that, but you kind of avoid a little bit. You can get a few cards in at first before the floor is open, so to speak, for everybody to create them. So let's see here. Wow. 2 Lux Vegas. Let's see here. I love the Demented Shark. I don't know why I don't have it maxed out. Probably due to money. Like I said, there's so many different things to spend your money on this game. I love the Demented Shark. It's a common. I think it's one of those commons from that set that just really punched above its weight level, so to speak. I think the Demented Shark really should have been a rare at least. And if it was 1 mana less, possibly an epic, but it's a great card either way. Let's go ahead and watch this play out, and we can jump into chat and see what everybody is up to. Let's see who's here. Crypto Beaver's in the house, and Crypto Beaver talking about just got my first Busy Beaver card. I have not got any of them. I've tried, but I've not been lucky enough to get one of the new Beaver cards yet. But that's good. The Beaver people have been lobbying for a Beaver card for quite some time. Now we have 2 of them, but it's not exactly easy to get them. So, hey, I got defeated. That is not a surprise. Okay, so so I have my Arch Mage bot has less than a 50% win rate. I don't even know what the exact numbers are, but in the last, I don't know, month or two, since the new reward card set came out, my my win rate with the Arch Mage bot has just tanked. Gathering the Magic is here. It says, good morning, happy Saturday. Hope everyone is having a great week and getting ready for land cards. That I am, and like I mentioned, let's go into items and inventory. And if you have land, and if you had cards staked on that land, this past week you will have had allocation rights put into your inventory. And you can see now how many allocation rights I have. I have the right to create 42 commons, 2 epics and 7 rares, no legendaries. Yeah, so I haven't done the math yet. I think I'll have enough resources at that point to go ahead and get my rares and my commons. I hadn't planned on doing epics, but at this point I might go ahead and get my 2 epics just so that maybe I can sell them off and recover some more, because 42 is not going to get me very far towards a max level common, right? So that's where I'm standing. I haven't done the math yet, but I have continued to buy my little bit of resources on a daily basis. You can see this week I actually kicked it up. I doubled what I was buying. So I was buying 100,000 grain per day and 20,000 wood. And this past week, I kicked it up and doubled it to 200,000 and 40,000. But my overall point is the cost of resources is still going up. Now, of course, I'm just buying grain and wood. I'm assuming the other resources are going up in like fashion. Let me know in the comments if that is not the truth, but I'm assuming that. Everybody's getting prepared for those land cards. Well, not everybody. People who want to play land and like the idea of the land cards will play them. And I also, just to kind of fit this in, last week when I did my claim, I was preparing to basically swap, let's do production. Swap a land around. I had bought a rare mountain, and I took all my resources off of a common mountain and switched them onto that rare mountain this week, which was effective. Of course, I had to wait for the turnaround time, but that was effective, and I was able to transfer everything on, and I'm making a good deal more off of that property. But, you know, I guess my main point here is I do have 3 lands here that are not staked out and could possibly make use of some of those land cards, because like I was talking about in the video I did on this, I think the lower level land cards aren't going to be a whole lot of use for people who have their land staked out with decent level cards. I think where they're going to come in handy is where you have lands that aren't staked out or people who are just starting in the land game. I think that people who do have their land staked out pretty decently are going to need max level cards, and those are going to be hard to come by. Small print numbers, and they're very expensive. I don't even want to say fairly, they're very expensive. So let's go ahead and jump back into chat. See where I'm at here. Lady Sharon's here. Welcome, Sharon. Good morning. Says, good morning, doing chores and chilling, waiting for buns, bags, and caps tourneys later today. Nice. She goes on to say, I hope I didn't miss something, though. I saw something about landowners might get cards. Well, we don't get cards. We get the allocation, which gives us a right to buy, to produce a card in those first 3 days, because after those first 3 days expire, then anybody can create those cards. It doesn't matter. You don't even have to own land. All you'd have to do is go into, it is under land, but it is under the Artisan Quarter, which, thank you very much. They created this off of an idea I had. Somebody must have heard me talking about it on a live stream or on one of my videos, but they've made it much easier to get to the Artisan Quarter. It is a button now right on the land screen. If you go into the Artisan Quarter, and there'll be a new section up here for creating cards, which, overall, in the big picture of things, all you who have been in on the land game since the beginning, that's one of the whole ideas, right? To be able to create cards with your land, right? So the idea of land cards specifically wasn't called out in the white paper. Some other types of cards, but this is all going in that direction and getting the infrastructure set up to be able to do that other stuff. So I like this idea. Basically, when you come into the Artisan Quarter, there will be another option here at the top to create cards, and it will be very much like this screen right here. You'll be able to create a land card. You'll pick out which card you want to do and how many, and I think you have to produce one at a time. Yeah, you have to produce one at a time and then combine them if you want to combine them to level them up. But they'll give you the balance of the different types of materials that you need to create that card. You go ahead and create that card. So just to be clear, landowners are not given anything. They're given the right for you to produce a certain amount during those first 3 days to get a jump on everybody else. It's sort of like, hey, we appreciate you owning land. Here's a head start a little bit, okay? And then you can create those cards, and then after the 3 days, then you can create as basically it's only limited to what you want to spend on materials, right? So. Okay, let's jump back into chat. I think I covered what Sharon was talking about. Crypto Beaver says, awesome town hall this week. I agree. Full of lots of details. We are working our way down towards the end of the year, holiday season. This next week I have off is Thanksgiving, not due to, my business giving me that off, but I usually take my vacation days at the end of the year, take a week to, relax during Thanksgiving and a week to relax during Christmas, which we're going to my mother-in-law's house, and sometimes that's not exactly relaxing, but you know what I mean, just humoring my wife. But everything's going well, and my main point there is that obviously people don't want to be working on the holidays. So they kind of outlined in the town hall what would be going on between now and, say, the early part of December. And the main thing we're looking at there is the land cards, right? There's a few other things. But the big piece of news was the mini set is pushed back. So the mini set, if you were planning on that, it's looking like that won't be until the beginning of the year. So I wasn't really looking forward to that. Obviously, more cards, better, but I wasn't planning on putting any money into it. My whole focus is land right now, right? So another thing I will bring up, I'm trying to get the artwork here, which he put into eye candy. So the other thing I'll bring up is we have a new card, which will be given away, basically free, called the Luckiest Longshot. You know that we do have a Lucky Longshot in the game already, which is a pretty popular card. But this is a new version of that, right? And what this is going to be is this is going to be kind of like a consolation prize, right? So let's take that down. And if we go into play, you go into ranked. Everybody knows, well, if you play, you should know that we have daily rewards. They started, basically, you win a set, you win 5 matches, and depending upon your level and how much SPS you have staked, you get fortune entries once a week. I didn't get anything this past 2 or 3 weeks, but once a week, the fortune entries go in a pot, and then they draw for some nice cards, right? Some black foils, some gold foils, some arcanes, all that. Great addition to the game. It gives you an extra goal, an intent to play the game and increase the amount of your entries, right? Well, the thing that they found is that people were kind of you get all these fortune entries, right, on a weekly basis, and then you lose, right? And then you get this picture of this mouse without pants on. Yes, I had to say it. And there should be this sound effect that says, that kind of sound. But basically, they're putting Luckiest Longshot in for this purpose, basically. So when you get your entries and you do not win a card, they start accruing into what were they called? Lucky coins or something like that. And as instead of just getting that mouse that says, oh, unfortunately, you didn't win anything, you get a bar, right? And the bar shows you that you're accumulating these entries until you hit 500. These entries that you lose with are transferred into these lucky coins or whatever they're called. And when you hit 500, then you get one copy of the Luckiest Longshot. And it's just like a consolation prize. And as you go along, you can level up your Luckiest Longshot. From the powers involved, this kind of looks like a, and they explained it better on the town hall, but it looks like a very random card that it's one of those things you throw in and it could do good or it could do bad. You know, it could do more damage to the opponent or it could do more damage to you. You know, so but it's interesting. It's like I said, a consolation prize, and you know it's free. You know, all you have to do is take part in the matches and build up your fortune entries, and then, you know, a long time, if you don't get the good cards, then you'll get a consolation card or two every once in a while and can build up your Luckiest Longshot. So that was an interesting thing they talked about. Bananas is here. Welcome, Bananas. Thanks for dropping by. Gathering says he's catching up on the town hall. Excited about avatars, are you? And cards for people that don't win in the weekly raffles. Yeah, they did talk a lot about the avatars. I'm not, you know, that's great. I don't know. I think the idea is nice that, you know, in the game, we've had these same little pictures. You know, I've been this same old fisherman looking dude. They've had these same avatars since I've started playing for years. And there's just not a great variety, right? But yeah, I agree that things need to be changed. They're developing this whole avatar system where it's going to play in, as far as I know, where, you know, one of their main goals is to keep increasing the uses of Glint, right? So you might be able to use Glint. I don't know if some of it will require DEC, who knows, but it's going to give you another way to customize your look in the game. And it seems like it's very in-depth compared to what I was thinking it was going to be. So there's a lot of customization you're going to be able to put into your avatar, probably a lot of Glint usage, and there's going to be other things that play into this because there's going to be different little badges on it and such. It's basically a way to differentiate yourself from other people in the game where the game can show, hey, this person has played Splinterlands for a long time, or this person has put a lot of time and effort and money into Splinterlands. And it's going to be a different stylized, and you can, I don't want to say portrait, but an avatar that will have different things going on. So just like in any game where you want to differentiate yourself and, you know, pull yourself out of the crowd. But once again, it's going to be another question of, hey, where do I want to use my Glint? At this point, I don't have enough Glint, which is exactly where they want to be. You know, of course, Matt had pointed out that there's a lot of people that still have millions of Glint stockpiled. That's not me. I've been using my Glint. So let's see here. Emmy1T says, got myself an extra lucky draw today. Nice. You know, speaking of that, you know what just happened? The conflicts just switched over. So let's see this. Let's go ahead and check the rewards. I did not have a full guaranteed. I have 0.08% chance, I guess. I ended with 1,170. So let's check my rewards. Sure, why not? Use some potions. Why not? Almost picked up my drink. I have to pick this button. Okay. Cross your fingers for me. Hey, I got a regular moo. That's nice. So I'll have to repair that wagon. Let's go into items, card collection, and archons. And let's see where the Moo is. Oh, here he is. Loving the Moo is one of the top guys in my guild. So shout out to Moo. Okay, so just let's look at his powers. Bloodline Dominion. I just wanted to look at this. I looked at this last week, but okay, units of the following bloodlines can be summoned, of course, Elemental or Canasan. So I think the Canasan are the dog people. So elements or Canasan. And this is one of the things I like about this. I love poison cards, okay? So 50% chance to apply poisoned after a successful attack. Poisoned units lose 2 health at the beginning of each round. So there's not a whole lot of archons that give poison. Is this like the second one? Maybe third? Okay, so we got poison. And then you have your selection of Magic Reflect, returns 50% of damage to attacker when hit by magic, or Blast, deals an additional 50% damage to units. So this will be interesting. And I should be able to stake him on my upcoming. And the next one, just since we're on the topic, is Captain Frankie. Yeah, skip that. I'll have to go back and watch that. But the next card is Captain Frankie. I will have to make a... I'll have to create a wagon repair kit. This was a question on Discord earlier. If you win a card in the airdrop, one of your wagons will be broken and you'll have to fix it. And the method to do that is to, if you have land, then you can go into land and then the Artisan Quarter, and then you can create a wagon kit. And a wagon kit is going to cost you 2,500 aura, 40,000 wood, 10,000 stone, and 4,000 iron. Or if you don't have land, or you don't have the materials to go ahead and make that, then you can go into the market. You can go in under other items and then look for repair kits. Wagon repair kit, that is. So it's down here towards the bottom. Here it is. And they're currently going for $4.75. But I'll have to make one of those after we're done here and get my... So this conflict starts in 4 days, so I've got time to do that. So yeah, if you haven't checked, check that out. The next card is going to be from Jeff Opens Cards, which is a representation of his 2 pets, Frankie, and then the cat is named... I forget who the cat's... I should probably know this, but I was checking out his chat in Discord earlier. But I forgot what his cat name. So cute little dog and cat combo, and that should be interesting. Let's go back to chat now. Paul's in the house. Welcome, Paul. Thanks for dropping by. Lady Sharon says, oh, well, sounds like I must have missed it. If I was supposed to do something and have resources, the only resources I have from land is grain. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I've been putting a bunch of videos out, and everybody's been putting videos about, you know, it's not a surprise. They put out this message a couple weeks ago. It's just new cards, and yeah, I didn't have enough. I don't think anybody's got enough materials except for maybe the top guys on the you know, big dogs, right? And I've just been buying them all along. So if you want to create the cards, you have to go in and look at it, and if they're worth it to you, then you'll just have to buy the materials. And like I said, the materials have been going up in price. Supreme Victory Studios in the house. Hello. Tony Retro's here. Thanks for dropping by. Paul says, do you have aura? You need aura for the epics. Yeah, I have aura. Actually, I haven't used my aura. Actually, the only uses I've made of my aura are to create wagon repair kits whenever I need them, whenever the drops switch over. So I think, let's see here. Let's go into production. So yeah, I have enough aura. But I've been producing aura on this in this region and also in this region. So I don't think I had not intended on investing into one of the epic cards. I think I was just going to produce what I can and use that as a selling mechanism to help out my common and rare. But I'll have to look at it. I'm fairly sure that these are going to sell out because they're very low production rate and or very low production numbers, and I'm assuming the big dogs on the top end are just going to scoop in after the 3 days are over and buy up most of them. So I'm going to get what I can get and hopefully be able to turn around and sell off the epics if I don't decide to use them. I could let me pull up the I want to pull up the data on the land cards. Okay, so yeah, so Gathering did a video where he showed that there's 100,000 commons total. However, if you want, no, I don't need my VM up. However, that's 100,000 one BCX card. So taking into account that there's 400 per max copy, there's only 250 max commons, right? And the same idea goes for the rest of these. There's not a lot of cards going to be in circulation, right? I wanted to look at yeah, this is going to be the common. They announced Tireless Farmhand, and we've went over. They broke down the stats here. There's no surprise about them. They've got exactly what's going on here. Kinbound Druid is going to be the rare, and then the epic is Toiling Ox, which can come in handy in two places, grain or stone. But keep in mind that it is a life card, so you're going to want to put that on a land that gets a bonus off life, and then of course the legendary is a death and gets the bonus to mining. So I'll have to go back and reconsider, but I do hope to try to get at least what my allocation is those first 3 days, because I don't expect those cards to last too long after those first 3 days. Not investment advice. Nothing in my what I'm talking about is more about play and being able to get one or two of those cards in a usable status for my land. Because, as I said, particularly in Ravenwood, where I have a few lands that just are not staked out. The rest of my regions are staked out, but I do have iron here and grain here. And depending upon the level of the card, if I can get a max level card, I would consider probably for the common putting it into Tostrington on probably it would be one of my grain producing properties, because I need help here with grain. But it's all strategy, right? And once again, if they are not max level, then it would probably have to go on one of my properties that is not fully staked out, just by logic, right? But keep in mind that these give a variety of extra cool things. It's just you're going to have to compare what you're getting out of the card versus what you're having to give up. In other words, you have to take one staked card off of your land if you're fully staked out, and you're giving up that production power. Is it worth it to go and get the extra powers off of what these cards are, right? So just taking a look at this common, you will get bountiful grain 1%. Okay, so that land produces an extra 1% grain, extra 3% grain. At level 3, extra 5% grain, but also consumes 10% less grain, and all the way up to the top, which is 400 copies, where you're getting 60% extra grain production from that region. You're spending 30% less grain to feed that region, and it's costing 50% less DEC to stake out that region. So great benefits. I would consider that if I was going to put a card on a land, it would have to be at least level 5, because I think that minus 50% dark discount is the best thing. Obviously, I want to try to get one card with Labor's Luck, because then that gives you the random possibility of getting a really nice card, right? So a lot of land talk. Druid's Blood's in the house. Welcome, Druid's Blood. Well, it is at the top of the hour. And you know what? Blaze sent me over a pack to give away. So let's give away a pack. Let's do the Wheel of Names. Everybody in the chat, put hashtag SPS to the moon and get your name in on a pack giveaway. And that pack is let's go ahead and... It is a Conclave Arcana standard pack. So hashtag SPS to the moon if you want to get your name in on the drawing now. Yeah, he just happened to send those over today, so said to give them out whenever I can. So we will. Little gift there from the team. Okay, let's see here. Beaker's in the house. Welcome. Beaker continuing the development on his various tools, helping out the Splinterlands family. If you haven't checked out his various tools for checking out your land and cards, okay, we'll give this another minute, see who else wants to get in on it. Okay, once again, thanks for dropping by. It's episode 137 of the Saturday Morning Standup. We've been going for quite a while, talking Splinterlands. Okay, anybody else that want to get in, hashtag SPS to the moon if you want to get in on the drawing of a standard Conclave Arcana pack, courtesy of Blaze and the Splinterlands team. Lady Sharon's in on it. Okay, I think we've waited long enough. We'll go ahead and do some shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's the spin. Hey, look at that. Gathering the Magic wins the pack. Who do you want this sent to, Gathering? Yeah, Druid's Blood says smash that thumbs up. Yes, please. Please leave a like on the live stream. That lets YouTube know that this is worthwhile for people to see. Who do you want this pack sent to, Gathering? Lady Sharon says, I don't know if you were talking to me, Paul, but I just have one land, so no aura. Was kind of hoping to get some basic common. Well, I mean, if you want, you can't buy aura on. So you would have to buy commons or the rares. You could still buy the cards on the land cards on the market if people created them and turned around and sold them. So that's also an option. Okay, I didn't see it. And I assumed it was Jovac, but I don't like to assume anything because he has, I don't know how many accounts he has at this point. Okay, there's your pack. And that's not all we're giving away today, so stick around. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Let's jump back into chat and see what's going on. So I sent that to Jovac. Let's see here. Gathering says gold foil chaos commons are drying up. $9. Wow. Yeah. Remember back when we were buying those for $4? Yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me. You and I have been talking about these on video since land has come out, really. Staking of land. They were great. Let's go to Chaos Legion and remove these and go to gold foil commons. And then let's just go to max level. So you can see that $8.99, $8.48. Yeah, a lot of these commons we were buying for $4, $3, $4, max level. No, let's see here. I'm screwed up here. So yeah, I mean, but also consider if you buy a max level card, you're also going to have to put 10,000 DEC behind that to stake on the land. Still, they are going down. Let's see here. I've got a few lava spiders. So, I mean, I guess the takeaway here is the gold foil commons and rares were a very good production power to dollar ratio for putting on land. And they're just starting to, they've been drying up for a while, mostly for the land. But lately, they've been, a lot of people have been buying them because they're going to actually burn them for Cinder for the land cards. So, Lady Sharon says, if recesses are going through, can I sell my grain for more? Yeah. So that's the whole point. If you're not in on the land cards right now, what you're selling your grain for from your property is going up, because you can see. Let me pull that spreadsheet back over here. Is that this is what I've been buying grain for, right? And since the 6th of November, I was buying 100,000 grain, and I started out at, this is right after they announced the land cards. 1,346 DEC got me 100,000 grain. And then as the week progressed, it went up to 1,500, 1,585, 1,600, 1,627, all the way up to 1,669, 1,700. Now I'm buying 200,000 grain. You can see basically my point is what you are getting out of your grain is just going up. Let's go over here to land, and let's go to Trade Hub, and let's just pick this. And let's see what it's at today. I did buy my 200,000, but let's see what 100,000 is at. So 1,900, comparatively speaking to what I started out at on the 6th of November. That is 600 DEC more per 100,000 grain that you're getting. So, and I think that applies across all the resources. So basically the takeaway here is that people are buying resources. And if you are not buying resources to create cards, then you can make more off of the resources you're selling. Gathering says Splinterlands 101 is coming soon. Waiting to hear back from Boba Fett and Matt on when they want to set it up. And they will be talking about land, which is a hot topic now. Will be great to see Gathering the Magic in that with Keegs. And then Gathering Magic says, not sure if Keegs is going to be in on that. I think they're going to add past raffle entries to the amount of lucky coins you get. Yeah, they said that they're going to backdate it so that anything you've spent up to now, as far as when the weekly drawing started happening and all those extra ones, if you did not win a card, then all those will be backdated, and you will get those going forward to accumulate towards your copy of the Luckiest Longshot, which we were talking about. Gathering says avatars will make a bigger impact than most realize. Gamers want their player to stand out, so they spend a lot on making their avatars. Yeah, I mean, it depends upon how it hits. It's no argument that people spend millions of dollars on a yearly basis on skins, which is in effect what an avatar is, right? So you can go into any other game you want, and for the most part, most games are free to play, quote unquote free to play. We know what that means. It's free to start, but after that it costs. But most of these games make money off of skins. So it's a way to differentiate yourself. That's not an easy word to say. And it's an easy way to make yourself stand out. And they're going to use it to push to use more glint, which potentially would put you into the standing of, well, do I spend my glint on cards, or do I spend my glint on buying like a new frame or a new badge to put on my avatar, something like that, So if you're interested in more details, they did go into it fairly deeply in the town hall. This town hall was like 2 hours long. I had to listen to it in like sections because I didn't have 2 hours to sit at my desk and just listen to it. And whenever I am sitting at my desk and working, doing other things, I can't concentrate on listening to what they're talking about and what I'm working on. So I listened to it in sections. A lot of detail, though. And frankly, I'm surprised that they're putting this much work into it. I didn't think it was going to be this deep, in other words. But frankly, I'm not really the core audience for that. Not that I dislike it. I think more options are great, right? But I'm more of a guy who spends my glint on cards, or in games, spends my accumulated tokens or whatever you build up in the game towards making my gameplay better. So in this case, we would be talking about buying more cards. Let's go to... and they put out some new skins this week, although I haven't bought them. Hey, why not? Let's buy a chest. Just for the heck of it. I haven't gotten a one of the new cards yet. Shadowcomb Dusk Rose. It's a dual element card. Pretty sexy. It's got a big axe. I said axe, A-X-E. Death and Fire, 2 damage, 6 health, 1 speed. So kind of slow, but it does have charge. So yeah, so much for that. We're in here. Why not have some epic draws while we're here? Let's do, see, once again, you have to check your glint because there's going to be so many things you can do with your glint. Hey, Arbin's here. Welcome, Arbin. Thanks for dropping by. Always appreciate it. Let's do some epic draws. Let's do 10 epic draws. Paul says, I just got a jackpot card. Interesting. Didn't look like too much of a jackpot, though. I guess it's dual splinter. Didn't look that crazy interesting to me, though. Yeah, Gathering says streamer luck. Okay, so I seem to be getting a bunch of these hippos because I've been doing epic draws lately. We got 3 of the Tandy Jandas. 1, 2, 3 of the Whale Sworn Specters. 2 of the Jiraki Venshiros. And 1 Voss and 1 Kilafin. Let's go into cards and see where I'm standing here. Let's clear, go into Conclave, Reward, regular foil. Let's look at epic specifically. Let's do combine. Haven't been buying a whole lot of these because I don't have a whole lot of glint, and I'm sitting in the situation where I'm like, do I want to spend it all each week or do I want to save it up and buy them slowly, right? So on my epics, I have basically level 2 and level 1. My rares the same way. I don't think I only have 2 epics so far. And my commons are about level 4 so far. But it's always fun to buy some random things once in a while. Okay, let's see here. Crypto Beaver says, agree with Gathering. Avatars allow player to customize their look and show off their gameplay, how long they have been playing, etc. A nice sync for Glint too. Yeah, I think we're in the situation now where we've got so many things that Glint is to be used on that it used to be very straightforward. I know exactly what I'm going to use my Glint on, but now not so much, right? But like I said, more choices are always good than fewer choices. Oh, Emmy1T got a gold foil on the conflicts. Nice. Gold foil moo. Lady Sharon says, I'm like, already? This will be the 3rd conflict that they've played through, so it just feels like yesterday that it started. Well, I think they are 2 weeks, or maybe more. I think they're more than 2 weeks. How long are conflicts? So there's been 4 total since the beginning. Somebody remind me in chat, how long are conflicts? Gathering says, wow, my wife won a card. Need to get potions now. You'll need to repair her battle wagon as well. Sharon says, a weird question for the peanut gallery. If you happen to win one of these cards, does it give you a chance to go back and buy potions? Like, does it say here's a claim button? Oh, no. No, you have to decide at the very beginning whether you want to use potions before you do the draw. But if you don't get it, then it doesn't charge you potions. So, Emmy1T says, you will know if you won and can wait to claim if you want to buy potions first, as far as I know. Gathering says you can go back and buy potions before you claim. Yeah, you have to buy the potions before you claim the card. Oh, Supreme Victory Studios says that the cat is named Milo. So we have Frankie and Milo. IKEA's in the house. Welcome. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I'm behind in chat. Let's see here. Let's try to skip forward a little bit more. Zolden Rangar says, yippee, 1,000 Atlas bucks. Oh, wait, wrong stream. Yeah, that's tomorrow. Atlas Earth stream tomorrow at noon. Gathering says he has 4 accounts and says that he is not a bot. He just uses a lot of time on his daily basis in Splinterlands. Gathering says, I give away most of the packs I win. Some go to my wife, who is lucky opening packs. Gathering says her birthday was yesterday, so I hope her conflict cards ends up turning gold or black foil. Oh, wouldn't that be sweet? A black foil moo. I like that cow card. Wibble's here. Wibble says, turn me stone and iron plots off today. Oh, really? Why'd you do that? I think stone and iron just keep going up as well, so... Arup 2109 is in the house. Thanks for dropping by. Love to see new names in the house. And once again, Arbin is here. Welcome. Crypto Beaver says, it has been 30 minutes since I got my very first Busy Beaver card, and I think I like it even more than before. Nice. Let's look at that card that I had gotten from the chest. Conclave Arcana, and it was... Is that considered a reward card and common? I guess it's not considered a reward card. Is it considered extra? Oh, here, it's under the extra category. So we have Shadowcomb Dusk Rose. Let's just take a look at this. Everybody says it was a special card. It came out of the chest. So let's look at the stats. So at level 1, I like cards with charge. I like cards that can attack from any part of the deck, right? She is fire and death, though, which is fire generally for me is +4 melee. At level 4, she picks up rust, -2 armor for all enemy units. At level 7, she also picks up fury. And finally, when she's maxed out, she also picks up ambush. This is a pretty sweet card for a common. It's relatively expensive to get out, but look at that. At level 10, she's has 6 damage. Yeah, and with how much, I bet these are relatively expensive then. For sale, 45 cents each. Yeah, it's take a lot, you know. Fury deals double damage if the target has taunt. Yeah, just kind of thinking this over. She's kind of expensive to get out on the board, but interesting nonetheless. Paul says you are out of potions. Yeah, that's what happened. They started charging so many potions for anything that, you know, I'm putting my money into land. A lot of these cards and stuff like that, I can't be spending. It's just so much money that I have to decide. Will I probably go buy some potions? Yeah, I probably will. But I'm not spending potions on common or rare draws anymore. So completely run. And I ran through a couple thousand, you know, so. Emmy1T says, my alt middle level advancement chest pulled a legendary. Nice. Gathering says, most of the jackpot cards are regular foil. They are all unbound, which is nice. That's pretty sweet. Yeah. Wibble also says that, not yet. I have no glint. Blockchain Projects says, rumor is that avatars will be playable. I thought that they were just going to be up here that you notice that I didn't think there was going to be any playability with them. It was just something to, you know, add more value to Glint usage and also make you stick out from other people. You know, kind of like in Discord where your name is different color or something like that. Paul verifies that Glint is a rare commodity these days. Yeah, they've gone into this whole I think over the last year, they've been strategizing to put things into the game to bring a lot more uses. Oh, wow. Hey, Loving the Moo sent us a card. Nice. And he sent it for the live stream. So we have, guess what? We have a bonus card to give away. So let's go into Guild chat and say thanks. Okay, guess what? I was going to give away just a pickle and a arena fanatic, but guess what? Let's check that out. Let's clear here and let's go to Archons and Conclave Arcana. Why is it not showing up? I'm just double checking with him. I just wanted to make sure that he meant to send a max copy and that he wanted me to give it away. Okay. We're coming down towards the end. Let's see what else is going on in chat while we double check with him. Lady Sharon says, I didn't win. By the way, I just checked, had 30 chances. Would be kind of nice if they did something similar for the conflict as they are doing for the drawings. If you don't get a card at all. Okay. We are giving away a max level Loving the Moo. And once again, shout out to Moo. Thanks for sending this over. And in YouTube chat, he is Star Citizen Gamer. So, as a great way to end up this week's live stream, let's go ahead and do another Wheel of Names. And anybody can be in on this. Gathering is not out just because he won a pack. So anybody can be in on this. In the chat, put hashtag Loving the Moo. And then get your name in on a... we're going to draw for a max level Loving the Moo Archon. Brand new Archon that just dropped from the air today. So go ahead and put that in. Hashtag Loving the Moo to get your name in on a max level Loving the Moo card, which just dropped today. And thanks everybody for dropping by. Please remember to leave a thumbs up on this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. Okay, we'll wait for another minute. We're on time here, but we'll wait for another minute. Hashtag loving the Moo, and shout out to Moo for sending this card over. Because not only is it a card, but it is a max level card. Once again, taking a look at it. Check it out. This is what we got. A max level Loving the Moo, straight from Loving the Moo. So, hey, I've been meaning to ask you, are you a cattle farmer or something? I was just wondering about about your name. Or do you just like cows? I always like Taran in WoW. So I guess it looks like oh, hey, somebody else got their name in here. Once again, you do have to have a Splinterlands account to go ahead and get this sent to you. Okay, let's go ahead and draw. Let's do a shuffle. Let's do a few shuffles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and draw. Cross your fingers. You just like cows and steak. And the winning is Karmastorsis. Karmastorsis, the last one of the last ones in. Put your hive name or your in-game Splinterlands name in the chat now, please. Karmastorsis. Lady Sharon, you're late. The drawing just went down. Just waiting for Karmastorsis to put their in-game name in the chat. And once again, thanks for Moo sending this cards over. Appreciate it. Yeah, I understand, Sharon, but I have to make a cutoff at a certain point, and I can't go back after I pick somebody, you know. I love cat. I love steak. I don't know why I said cat. I'm a dog man, but I love steak. Who doesn't? Well, I guess meat vegetarians don't, but okay. So we have Altrix is in-game name. So, hey, we got a match here, and then we'll send the card over. Let's go ahead and watch this battle. See how this goes down, then we'll send the card over. And then that'll be the end. So, I don't know how this is going to go here. Yeah, he's got me. He's got a level 2 Agor. Oh. Wow, I pulled that one out. I figured he had me. Check that out. Man. Okay. I'll take that extra 4 SPS and 874 Glint. Okay, so let's go ahead and while we're on stream, go ahead and send that card over. Let's go into, let's just search for Moo. How about loving? There you go. Okay. So we have 1 max, and we are sending that over to I'm searching for the I'm searching for the spelling of the name. Altrix, A-L-T-R-Y-X. Okay. A-L-T. I'm just triple checking this. T-R-Y-X. Okay. Here we go. Wow, that was a big surprise. Ending the show with a bang. So once again, thanks to Loving the Move, and thanks to Blaze for sending over the card pack. So we gave away some great stuff today. But once again, join me next weekend where it'll be episode 138 of the Saturday Morning Stand-Up. I hope everyone has a great week. Here in the States, we have the Thanksgiving holiday, so don't eat too much and be thankful for what you got. Otherwise, this has been Bronze Dragon, and hey, I'll see you in Splinterlands.